Hello. So I went to the gynecologist the other day. Can we give it up for women's reproductive health? Pap smears, pap smears, pap smears. There wasn't all that chanting there. I feel like that's irresponsible. So yeah, I went to the gynecologist, and while I was getting the exam, the doctor said to me, "Okay, well, I couldn't see his face, but like his voice rose up from behind my knees, and he says, Jenny, I need to talk to you about something when this is over." And he must have sensed that I was like anxious, like I don't know, maybe I clenched. And he goes, "No, it's not bad. It's just interesting." I was like, okay. So I got dressed and we sat down in his office, and he looks at me and he says, "Jenny, are you aware that you have an unbroken hymen?" What? I have 2 children. Someone put them in me and someone got them out. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's hella stretched, but it is in fact intact." And I don't know what to do with this information. Like, does this mean that one of my kids is the second coming of Christ? Because right now the little one is a bit of the devil. Or maybe I've had 2 virgin births, in which case I guess I've got Mary beat. Maybe I could sell my virginity on the internet because I want to pay off my mortgage, and I know that's a lot of money, but I feel like a 46-year-old virgin would really start a bidding war. But I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call up my high school boyfriend, Tom, and say, "Guess what? We're going to do it again for the first time." Because I don't know about you, but my first time was subpar. This time we can do it right. We can skip that awkward stage of, adolescent courtship known as the dry hump. And we can go straight to the good stuff. We can take our pants all the way off. We don't have to listen for my parents' garage door opening. The only problem is he is married, but his wife follows me on Instagram, so I think I have an in. I had a really bad cough earlier this year, and I went to a walk-in clinic. And I said to the doctor, "I would just like you to give me like a note so I can have 3 to 4 days off work, just so I can sit at home and rest, because I don't really want to cough at work." And she looked at me and she said, "What's wrong with coughing at work?" And it was weird because I know we're not technically in a global pandemic anymore, but I don't know that we're ready for full-on coughing at work. I want someone, okay, we're in this very tightly packed, airless, windowless room. Does someone want to have a coughing fit right now and see how we feel about it? Anyone? No one wants to do that because we're not ready. So I was like, I just think it would be triggering for me to cough at work. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. But that's not the reason, though. The reason I don't want to cough at work is because I'm tired of peeing my pants at work. I said to her, I don't want to have a washcloth in my underwear anymore at work. I want 3 to 4 days off so I can sit on the couch with a towel underneath me and cough and pee the way nature and God intended. And she said, "Well, rest won't help you." I was like, "What? What kind of doctor are you? Since when doesn't rest help? Rest always helps. Even a lasagna gets to rest before you eat it." And she's like, "No, rest won't help you. The only thing that's going to help is Kegels." Now, if for the uninitiated, a Kegel is, okay, let's imagine this is my vagina, okay? And you gotta squeeze it and hold it and release it. Squeeze and hold and release all the muscles in and around your vagina and your pelvic area. And she says, "You're gonna do that for 15 minutes a day. And then you're gonna feel better and you're gonna stop peeing when you cough." And I said, "I have 2 kids and a full-time job. How am I supposed to find 15 extra minutes in the day?" And she says, "Oh, well, I guess you're gonna have to multitask." So I went to work that afternoon and gave a presentation to my colleagues with a washcloth in my underwear. And while I was multitasking, I wondered if this is what they mean when they say you're having it all. How many of you were multitasking while I told that joke? So many of you. Do you guys want to hear something super cool and science-y? Okay, so I was listening to the radio last year and I heard that some scientists at the University of Saskatchewan had collaborated with some scientists in Australia, and together they have developed a vaccine to combat chlamydia in koalas. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. I'm so excited for those horny little bears who are going to get high in eucalyptus leaves and just like party up and down the Gold Coast of Australia. It's amazing. I'm so pumped for them. But at the same time, I am frustrated that I cannot get a straight answer from anyone when I ask, what is perimenopause? Have you looked into this? I've done the Googling, I've looked it up. And what I have learned is that it is a period of time of about 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years of your life where you experience very strange symptoms as you journey towards menopause, also known as your old crone era. And there are symptoms. Okay, one of the symptoms is a hot flash. I think I've had a hot flash. I'm not sure, but I feel like I've had a hot flash, but I don't know. And I was having a conversation with this older woman friend of mine, and she's like, oh, well, believe me, if you'd had a hot flash, you would know. And it reminded me of those conversations in your early 20s when you're like, I think I've had an orgasm. Have I had an orgasm? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was an orgasm. And then your older, more sophisticated friend looks at you and was like, oh, believe me, honey. When you've had one, you would know. So I guess your hot flash is to your 40s as a orgasm is to your 20s. Anyway, what I'm getting at, ladies, is no matter what age you are, your body is a wonderland. So anyway, my older friend described a hot flash to me. She's like, this is what it is, Jenny. She's like, you're going to feel this heat in the middle of your body. And it's going to rise up through your chest. And then the heat is going to fill your face and come out your eyes like lasers. It sounds so fucking cool. I mean, that's the kind of old crone I want to be. Amazing. She's like, yeah, the only problem is you can't really move your body. So you need people to turn you where you want to aim your laser eyes. Whatever. I'll take what I can get. That's cool. Yeah, other symptoms. So I looked this up. WebMD told me, according to WebMD, if the symptoms you might experience, there's some pretty basic ones like vaginal dryness and headaches and insomnia and severe cramping. But then there's some really intense ones. Did you know that perimenopause, one of the symptoms is a hot burning tongue? And they also were and you might feel yourself being randomly shocked, electric shocks as you go about your day. And then this article had the audacity to suggest that 2 more symptoms are irritability and rage. No kidding. Of course I'm irritated and rageful. My burning tongue was just electrically shocked. It's tough. I feel like maybe there's some people out there who this maybe isn't it isn't relatable to you. It's not relatable content. Let's say you're a cis man and you just you don't get it. So let's think. What is a medical condition that is going to impact you at some point in the future? It will take up about a decade of your life. The symptoms are wild and strange. There's no cure, really no treatment, and no one understands it. No one will explain it to you. Can you think of anything like that for you? No, of course not, because we've solved all your shit. Right? We figured you out. So really, what it comes down to, my conclusion, I guess, here is that when it comes to the medical community, I guess the hierarchy goes men, women, koala? All right, thanks, everybody.
One more time for Jenny Ryan. That was awesome. No, it's actually crazy. I don't think I'll ever go over to Jenny's house and wash my face with one of her washcloths ever again.